Soul's modern visionary has died at the age of 51. The singer-songwriter's three albums, Brown Sugar, Voodoo, and Black Messiah, were all revered as contemporary classics. Tyrone Bowman, live. Welcome to the program on this afternoon. As I begin the program, I want to begin by making an announcement. We're in the process of building the Tyrone Bowman Live studio. In order to get our studio built, I need your help and your support. And I do want to say thank you to the first donation that we received from one of our subscribers. The individuals will remain anonymous unless they ask me to make their name known publicly. They contacted me earlier today, and they made a donation toward building our brand new studio. So what's going to be in the brand new studio? Well, it's going to be nice. It's going to be state of the art. We'll have nice equipment in it. I will no longer have this brown door behind me as a prop. We'll have all of our modern day equipment and everything that we need. I won't have to hold up this phone anymore in front of this camera. So out of the 2,000 plus subscribers, if you desire to help, simply go to my Cash App at Tyrone Bowman Sr., $Pix, I-E-L, Piexel, the word Piexel, and number 4. So any donation that you send will go directly to our vendors to get our studio built. Now let's get on to the story with D'Angelo's demise at the age of 51, as reported by the RollingStone magazine. D'Angelo, the neo soul trailblazer and modern visionary, whose three albums were widely acclaimed as masterful works of art, died today. He was 51 years of age. Quote, "The shining star of our family has dimmed his light for us in this life. After a prolonged and courageous battle with cancer, we are heartbroken to announce that Michael D'Angelo Archer, known to his fans around the world as D'Angelo, and has been called home, departing this life today, October 14th, 2025. And his family said in a statement, "We are saddened that he can only leave dear memories with his family, but we are eternally grateful for the legacy of extraordinarily moving music he leaves behind. We ask that you respect our privacy during this difficult time, but invite you all to join us in mourning his passing, while also celebrating the gift of song that he has left the world," quote, end quote. DJ Premier mourned the singer on X, writing, quote, "Such a sad loss to the passing of D'Angelo. We have so many great times. Gonna miss you so much. Sleep peacefully. D-Love, you king," end quote. Bob Power, who worked closely with D'Angelo on Brown Sugar, tells Rolling Stone, "There are very few times in history when a real innovator comes along with a truly original way of constructing their art, and an undeniable death that everybody hears. Marvin Gaye, Joni Mitchell, Prince, and D," quote, close quote. D'Angelo was one of the most widely revered artists of the past 30 years. A childhood musical prodigy, he quickly asserted himself as a star with his 1995 debut, Brown Sugar, released when he was just 21. A key part of the Soulquarius, a loose collective of musicians, singers, and producers, Questlove, Erykah Badu, Jay Dilla, Q-Tip, to name a few. He was at the forefront of a movement that charted new paths in soul, R&B, and hip-hop while maintaining a deep admiration for the past. D'Angelo and this movement were often pegged as neo-soul, quote unquote. But in a 2014 Red Bull Academy lecture, the singer-songwriter chaffed at such description, quote, "I think the main thing about the whole neo-soul thing, not to put it down, or it was a bad thing or anything, but you want to be in a position where you grow as an artist. I never claimed that. I never claimed I do neo-soul, you know. I used to say when I first came out, I used to always say, I do black music. I make black music, quote, close quote." D'Angelo's three solo albums, Brown Sugar, 2000 Voodoo, and 2014's Black Messiah all earned critical acclaim and cracked the top 10 of the Billboard 200 chart albums, with Voodoo reaching number one. His biggest Hot 100 charter was Lady, but it was untitled How Does It Feel? With its memorable one-shot video of a naked D'Angelo belting the track that arguably became his signature song. Nominated for 14 Grammys over the course of his career, D'Angelo won 4 awards, including Best R&B Album, twice for Voodoo and Black Messiah. He also won Best R&B Vocal Performance for Untitled How Does It Feel and Best R&B Song for Black Messiah's Really Love. D'Angelo's small but spellbinding output was born from a process rooted in committed perfectionism. Speaking with Rolling Stone in 2000, Questlove, D'Angelo's key collaborator on Voodoo, joked that they might have finished the album 2 years earlier had the drummer not kept bringing treats every week, a reference to the copious concert videos and bootleg tapes they consumed and studied while working on the album. During the 14 years between Voodoo and Black Messiah, D'Angelo set out to master the electric guitar, with the results of all that hard work coursing through the celebrated LP. But D'Angelo was often dogged by label issues, writer's block, and struggles with cocaine and alcohol. Let me just say this. I don't know why they put this in the article. Everybody in life has a struggle with something. So there's no need to signal out what his addictive behavior was. To me, that's tasteless. If it's not us, we have friends, associates, and family members that are struggling with alcohol or cocaine or drug addiction or whatever it is that they're battling. So what do? We try to get them the help that they need. D'Angelo was hit with drug possession charges in early 2005, and later that year, not long after he was given a 3-year suspended sentence on a cocaine possession charge, D'Angelo was injured in a car crash. Speaking with Rolling Stones in 2015, after the long-awaited release of Black Messiah, D'Angelo acknowledged that gotta tell it the way the man said it, that the shit that happened in my personal life, end quote, hadn't helped his creative process, but neither did changes on the industry side of things. The music business is a crazy game, especially for somebody like me, who is really a purist about the art, D'Angelo said. Trying to blame the pressures of commercialism, it's a tightrope. It's a fine line between sticking to your guns and insanity, end quote. Michael Eugene Archer was born February 11th, 1974 in Richmond, Virginia, and revealed his musical talents at an early age. His older brother Luther remembered coming home one day and finding a 3-year-old Mike playing the piano, not banging, he recalled to RS, but playing a full-fledged song with melody and bass line. D'Angelo was soon playing music at the churches where his father and grandfather preached, and winning school talent shows so convincingly he wasn't allowed to enter them in the future. This is really the only thing I could ever see myself doing, D'Angelo told Rolling Stone in 2000. I knew when I was 3. My brothers knew. They geared me for that. I always knew this is what I was supposed to do, what I was going to do. With Prince as his guiding light, D'Angelo started performing local gigs with 2 of his cousins under the moniker 3 of a Kind. At 16, he debuted on Amateur Night at the Apollo, placing 4th with a nerve-wrecked rendition of Peebo Bryson's Feel the Fire. D'Angelo joked that his fear was so apparent, the crowd booed before I even came on stage. 1 year later, though he returned and won with an exhilarating performance of Yanni Gill's Rub You the Right Way. With his $500 prize money, he bought a 4-track recording machine and started writing songs. If you know anything about the Apollo, when it was in its prime and in its heyday, if they loved you, they loved you. If they didn't, they let you know. Around the same time, D'Angelo inked his first publishing deal through his high school hip-hop program, IDU, which stood for Intelligent, Deadly, but Unique. He soon secured a recording deal of his own, but his first success was co-writing and producing 1994's You Will Know, a one-of hit by the R&B supergroup Black Men United, Raphael, Sadiq, Lenny Kravitz, Boys to Men, and 16-year-old Usher were among those involved in the track. As for his own music, D'Angelo wrote and recorded much of Brown Sugar at his mother's house in Richmond, Virginia. Though at the behest of his label, he finished it in a professional studio, D'Angelo wrote, arranged, and performed almost the entire album by himself, with some additional contributions coming from Sadiq, Q-Tip, and his main collaborator, A Tribe Called West, go-to engineer Bob Power. Though happy with the album, D'Angelo did admit that in the Red Bull Academy conversion, he felt like he had lost something between the demo version and all the production that went into it. Like it got a little homogenized, in my opinion, for me at the time. Brown Sugar was a modest success upon its original release in July of 1995, but its singles Brown Sugar, a cover of Smokey Robinson Cruisin', and Lady helped make the album a hit. It peaked at number 22 on the Billboard 2000 in March of 1996, and it spent a total of 65 weeks on the chart and it went certified platinum. D'Angelo spent 2 years touring in support of Brown Sugar, after which he suffered a bout of writer's block. Over the next few years, he released a few covers for movie soundtracks like Prince's She's Always in My Hair for Scream 2, and a version of Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell's Your Precious Love, with Erykah Badu for High School High. The one new song he dropped was I Found My Smile Again, which was written for the movie Spice Jam. Now, this is a lengthy article, so I'm going to make this a part 2 to the video. Never surrender, never quit.